Let's turn to my man, Chris Lee, WREL Sports, down there live in Charlotte from Carolina Panthers rookie minicamp. All right, the question that I need to know, I'm sure Panthers fans out there need to know this as well. Are they already making Bryce Young's bust for the Hall of Fame? Is he that level already? I got to know this, Chris. Come on. Is he the Hall of Famer?
You know what? He's got Hall of Fame tendencies right now, and he's got Hall of Fame practice.
That's on track.
I have covered rookie minicamps before. I've covered OTAs and other things here for Carolina Panthers before, and every time it's pretty safe if you're the media to set up maybe an hour beforehand, sometimes even only 30 minutes beforehand, and catch all the players walking in, getting ready for practice. I was set up an hour before practice was set to start. Bryce Young was already on the field with most of the offensive players, running through drills more than an hour before practice was set to begin. So, he's already taking control of the locker room, some of the guys that he will be playing with and some of the guys that are looking to try to make the team. And he's doing a great job so far, and he definitely throws a pretty accurate ball. We saw that all day today here at practice.
Chris, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Rookie minicamp. I mean, what are we really seeing down there? How many of those guys are going to make the team? And what is this about? I mean, is it getting Bryce just sort of familiar with the offense? What's the point of all of this rookie minicamp?
Yeah, so most of the players probably won't make the team here. This is pretty much the 5 players that were drafted for the Panthers. Also, I think it was 12 or 13 undrafted free agents that they signed after the draft. And then it's a bunch of tryout guys. And honestly, this is one of the lightest rookie minicamp rosters I've seen from the Panthers in a while. They didn't want to overcrowd it. They just wanted guys that they felt like, and this is Frank Reich's words, guys they felt like could potentially push to make that 90-man roster and maybe even make a push for the 53-man roster. So they feel like they got a lot of quality guys in here. Out of everybody that was here in rookie minicamp, more than likely just the 5 guys and maybe a couple of undrafted free agents are probably going to be the ones that make it. But what this is really an opportunity for the Panthers and the rookies to kind of get a head start on the playbook before OTAs and mini camp and training camp begins so that they're not overwhelmed with this new profession of theirs. And then it's also an opportunity for guys like Emeka Emezie, Austin Prohl, and other folks like Cameron Peoples from App State, guys like that. It gives them an opportunity to try out, get a look on them, and potentially a chance to make that 90-man roster.
Chris Lee, WREL Sports, live from Charlotte, joining us here in the Heaster Automotive Group hotline alongside Brian Murphy. Dennis Cox here with you. All right, you talked about the work ethic of Bryce Young. Who else out there stood out? Jonathan Mingo, second-round pick. How did he look with Bryce Young catching passes from him?
I'll be honest. I spent most of my attention on Bryce Young because at WREL, I have the camera. I was here solo. We're going to need the photos and the videos of Bryce Young.
Well, Bryce Young, future Hall of Famer, but yes.
I did get a chance, though, to watch Chandler Zavala out of NC State, 4th-round pick for the Carolina Panthers, and his work with the offensive line. And while he wasn't one of the biggest guys out there today, he was definitely moving guys around and out. And this wasn't with pads. This wasn't like full speed. But sometimes in just half speed, you can really see the power that somebody has. Chandler Zavala has absolute power, and he's here for a reason. And I feel like you're gonna see him on the rotation on the offensive line, and maybe even cracking the starting lineup depending on the health of Austin Corbett and also Brady Christensen at the beginning of the season, because he plays guard. Those guys play guard, and he's already looking really good so far.
Chris, you said you spent most of your time watching Bryce Young, which makes total sense. What did you see? You mentioned his accuracy, certainly his preparation, but what did you see out of him? And certainly, I think the biggest question is his size. What does he look like when he's out there with other prospective NFL players?
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even really notice how small he is until we got to the press conference afterwards, when you were a little bit closer and you see he's not that much taller than me. And, I'm only 5'9", he's 5'10". And, I weigh more than him. I'm like 215 right now, and he's probably 190, if that. That's the only time I noticed it. Out there on the field, he looked like he belonged. And it's something about the way he plays. Some guys play small, some guys play big. And I feel like Bryce Young kind of plays big. And that's what I saw. Now, again, I wasn't watching big Brian Burns, a 6'5" defensive end coming after him.
Yeah.
These are just half speed drills. But his size, he didn't look like he didn't belong today when it came to his size.
Chris Lee, WREL Sports on the Heaster Automotive Group hotline. NFL schedule release was yesterday. I'm looking forward to the Monday night game, week 2, because I think it's an opportunity for Carolina Panthers as a team, as well as Bryce Young, to showcase their talent. That's the game I'm looking forward to most. What about you?
Definitely looking forward to that game. The Carolina Panthers hadn't been in a Monday night game for 5 years.
Yeah.
And before that, and that last Monday night game was against the Saints. So it's a chance to have a divisional opponent, and plus the home debut of Bryce Young. But I'm also excited about that Thursday night Bears game. That's going to be a big-time game, and you have some former Carolina Panthers up there with the Bears. They're probably going to want to get a little bit of revenge. And then also I'm interested in seeing what happens with that Indianapolis Colts game when they host the Colts. I can't remember which week that was, but I remember it was like either midway or later on in the season. So it is Frank Reich's former team. So those are a couple of the matchups I'm definitely looking forward to.
Chris, real quick here, settle a debate here between me and Dennis that we had earlier. He thinks this is a playoff team. He thinks that's a reasonable expectation for this team. I say if you learn this season that Bryce Young is your starting quarterback going forward, that is good enough for this season. Where do you fall on the spectrum there?
I agree with both of you, but I think that for sure a reasonable expectation is the playoffs for this team. They just missed out on it last year with an interim head coach and a bad head coach, and without a solid quarterback situation. Now they have a solid quarterback situation, a better receiving room, better running back room, better tight end, and a better offensive line. And a worse division. Tom Brady's not even in the division anymore. They have worse quarterbacks in the division. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, should you count on a rookie quarterback to get there? Maybe not. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if they get there. And to me, with what they have set up, they probably should make the playoffs.
That's Chris Lee. He's got my back. WREL Sports. Have a safe trip back from Charlotte, my man. Really do appreciate it.
For sure. See you guys.